What is ascension? How do you know that you are ascending? What does the ascension path look like? These are all things that people I work with struggled to understand. So I thought I'd do a video with this so that you too can see where you stand in your own inner journey. But first, I say thank you for being here. Thank you for watching this video. And if you like what I've been sharing with you, please subscribe to my channel. So let's get down to the nitty-gritty. The ascension path, such a name, right? Whenever we say ascension, we think about rising, going up, ascending a hill. And it is not that different really in what we're talking here, except that we're talking about a vibrational frequency. As souls that are incarnated in a body, when we come and incarnate, we are perfectly divine. We are the most divine expression in the characteristics of that soul that decides to incarnate. However, as things happen, starting in the womb, from the moment in which the soul enters the womb, things that happen to the mother, to the father, are perceived energetically through the womb. And then as the birth happens through life, that soul becomes influenced by thoughts, ideas, and the traumatic experiences. And in so doing, what also happens is that the perfect vibrational frequency of love and light of that soul becomes tampered with and becomes dampened down. And as we become adults and we have these traumatic experiences and we live in the illusionary world of the three-dimensional polarity, we live with a denser awareness of separation. What does that mean in simpler words? It means that in the third dimension, just like the name says, which is our reality, we have three dimensions: height, width, and depth. And we have a world that, because of these three dimensions, it is naturally based on polarities: up and down, right or wrong, yes and no, yin and yang. And it is the third dimension that overcomes that polarity and brings it together as a whole. And that third expression that really resolves the issue of the illusion of separation of our life on 3D is love. And again, people are like, yeah, really? It's trite, but it's not. Let me tell you more about why I'm saying this. In the third dimension, you are moving literally through life, and that verb moving is important here because you are going towards what you desire. So you're here, your goal is over there, and between you and the goal, there's a distance, and that distance is reflected in the passage of time. As you move from here to your goal, there is time that goes by until you reach your goal, because this is a third dimensional experience. And the frequency you're living on is this frequency that resonates with this material density of the third dimensional world. So back to what is ascension. This foundation explanation I gave you is so that we understand that how do we move from the third dimension to the fourth, to the fifth, and beyond. First of all, let's go to the fourth dimension. The fourth dimension is time. So you remember I just mentioned that in the third dimension, if I want to go from where I stand in my life to my goals, there is a lag that is reflected by space that is reflected in time. So space, time is how I reach my goal going from here to here. When we're in the fourth dimension is time. And what that means is that in the fourth dimension, the time is all there is. Now, follow me for a moment because I know that this is a difficult concept to grasp for many. Figure it out this way. Imagine that time is a big body of water, like a large lake, and that the whole universe is that large lake. Now imagine that every single drop of water in that lake is a point in time. You heard me right. Every single drop of water in that lake is a point in time. So we're no longer in a paradigm where time is linear. And to go from here to here, there is a distance and there's time that goes by as I move through that distance. All of time is happening at the same time. And now what matters is where I focus my attention. If I'm focusing my attention on this point in time, this drop of water right here, right now, all I need to do is move my attention to this drop of water right there, right now, and I can access that other point in time. It could be a past lifetime or a future experience, or it could be even another point in time as a timeline of your life where in a crossroads of your life, you made a different choice. So let's say at one point in your life, you were thinking, should I follow this career in university or should I not go to university? In one point of time, you did go to university, and in another one, you didn't. So wherever you put your attention, you can go back into that reality. But how do you access that state of being where everything is possible and everything is there at the same time? And also, what good can this do to you? So first off, what good can this do to you? What it can do to you is that it can help you shift from a perception of continually having to wait to have what you desire, a perception of lack, a perception of struggle, a perception of the fact that every time you desire something, this something is separate from you. And the most important thing is, how do you enter that frequency where time is the fourth dimension? So you eliminate the need to have time go by between point A and point B of your desire. You actually can move into it and have what I love to call the collapsing of time, because all time is at the same time. You do that by raising your frequency, and you raise your frequency to the point where you can actually shift your perception of reality. And that point in the future that seemed far away currently comes and collapses time and is in your present moment. And how does it do that? It does it by the power of manifestation, the law of attraction and the law of manifestation working together, which make things happen through that ability to shift your focus and point it at the point in time which you're calling to the present moment. You are actually putting in motion, in co-creation, you're not alone on this, a series of events and synchronistic meetings and opportunities to make choices that bring that opportunity that seemed in the future to the now moment. Because in the fourth dimension, you're always in the now moment, which is another very difficult concept for a mind that is embedded in the third dimension to understand, that the now moment is always and only the now moment, and that the universe is only made of now moments. So third dimension, fourth dimension. Well, now we go to the fifth dimension, which is where we are ascending towards. And the fifth dimension is actually not a place, not a space, but it is actually a frequency dimension. To tell you the truth, and to complicate things a little bit further, also the third dimension is a frequency expression of life. All of the dimensions are a frequency expression of life. But in the fifth dimensionality, where you don't have time nor space being the ones determining the reality, you're actually in an expanded state of awareness whereby everything is possible. It's the infinite field of possibilities that you access when you're there. And because of it, you are not bound by any of the laws of the third dimension, any of the laws of time and space, nor the laws of space and time. And because of that, everything is possible. And I mean, anything and everything is possible. And how do you access that dimension? You access it yet again by rising and raising your frequency. You may say, well, how do I do that? And how do I access that? In the ascension process, which is how I began this video, you are actually experiencing most likely the third, the fourth, and the fifth at the same time. You're moving through them as you live your life, if you're seeking to be aware of this ascension process. What we are doing in the ascension process is that through the actions we take and the attention we put into accessing our inner world, into silencing the voice of the mind through tools such as meditation, contemplation, walks in nature, yoga, paint, creative expressions, being in nature, all of the things that help us truly connect with our inner essence, and all the things that have our focus go inwards as opposed to our focus being outwards. What we do is we connect with that divine spark, with that soul, that perfect soul that was the one that incarnated, that is divine and perfect and fully perfectly in vibration, so that we can access that higher way of the expression of our beingness. And so, what happens most likely, particularly as we're becoming aware of this journey, is that we are living our life in 3D and we feel stuck, we feel frustrated, we feel that we are not happy with wherever we are in life, that we really want something else, a different expression of however we're living. That could be anything, could be different health, different love, different relationships, different work, different anything, and all of it. And if you keep in your expression of the third dimensional world looking at what you're not happy with, and you keep the illusion of the linearity of time, what you're going to be having is more of the same, because you're looking at that thing that you don't like and you keep co-creating that thing you don't like, because that's where your attention is going. And I'm sure you've heard that phrase, where attention goes, energy flows. So if your attention goes to those things that you're not happy with, then energy is going to go there and co-create that. So the point is to raise your frequency, to go and be a match to the fourth dimensional vibration, to the fifth dimensional vibration. And you do this by going inside. And you go inside, and the first thing you find is that boundary between the third and the fourth dimension that lets you access that fourth dimension. Many of you, I'm sure, have experienced the triple numbers, four numbers, when you see repetition of series of numbers, 1212, 1111, 4444, 333, 222, and people speak about angel numbers. Well, whenever you are having that kind of dialogue with the universe and you're seeing these synchronicities of the numbers, since the universe is a numbers universe, is a geometry, is a sacred mathematical experience, you are in those moments stepping on the nodes of the third dimensional reality. You're actually above the third dimensional matrix, not the divine matrix. You are walking through the nodes. You're not down in 3D and you're not yet in 4D, but you're clearly there. And the universe is telling you, keep going, you're doing great. Keep going, you're doing great. And so keep doing what you're doing. Keep working with those inner worlds of yours. Keep removing the resistances. Keep tuning out of your mind and into your heart to go and raise your frequency. And then you will be able to, number one, collapse time, and literally will see that you will think of something and that something will happen. You will desire something and that something will be present in your life. And it is my invitation to have you do a check-in, test this theory with something simple. This happened to me years and years ago. I said, I'm going to test this with the universe. And I have so many proofs that this is the case. But this one particular time where I was really not convinced about this, and I was working directly with my guides, and I very clearly heard, okay, go and check this. So it is Sunday night, and I find myself in my house, and I used to have inside my purse a little kit that was, in this case, transparent, and inside I used to have a lot of the things women take in their purses, like drops for the eyes, blush, and a little mirror, and maybe some band-aids, and who knows what else I had in there. But when I look at it, I realize that the plastic is actually broken. And I'm like, this is a perfect thing. I want a new one of these little kits or envelopes to carry things in my purse. And I don't want it to be transparent because the truth is that every time I would pull it out of my purse to take something from the inside, people could see what's in there, and that's kind of not cool. So I'm like, no, I'd like it to be of a solid color, maybe white, maybe blue. And I literally went maybe white, maybe blue, which is part of the fun experience. And I'm like, okay, I'm preparing my purse for tomorrow. This is my intention. This is how I'm going to check how things work with the universe. And then I went to sleep. 11 o'clock, I went to sleep. Now, what happens? This is another trick. When you go to sleep with something that you've just been doing, that's the frequency you enter the realm of the dream world where you create from that space. So if just before going to sleep, you are watching a horror movie, you're going to take that frequency to sleep. If just before sleeping, you're either reading a beautiful book or you are meditating, you're going to take that higher frequency. And if you are giving gratitude thoughts to the things you're grateful for, even more so. In this case, I went to bed with this thought. Next day, the time I had a real estate business, and I had to run by the office at 8 in the morning so that I could go meet a client and show them some properties. And I grab my purse, leave the house, go to the office, get to the office, and right there in the post box outside of the office, there's a package sticking out. It was wrapped in gift wrapping paper, and it had a little sticker and it said Valerie, which is the name I used to have as birth name. It later became Shakti, as you know me now. And I get the package and there's no note, there's nothing, nobody tells me who is the person giving me this gift. So I enter the office, I open the package, and I kid you not, it was this container with a zipper, plastic envelope, just like I wanted, like a doll kit. And it was, guess what? It was in stripes of white and blue. I hadn't told the universe if I wanted it white or blue. I said, I'm not sure if I wanted white or blue. And here we got it in stripes. I started laughing so hard and I was in such awe. And I thought, oh, well, somebody will come forth and tell me that they left me that gift. But the truth is, nobody ever came forth. I got that. I got that check with the universe. I decided to do a test and I created that. And it is my invitation for you that you try the same thing in your own way, because that's how you build that confidence that you can do that you can access these states of co-creation. To finish the conversation, 3D, we raise our frequency to 4 dimension where we collapse time, and we keep doing this and we keep doing this, and we raise it to the 5th dimension where the 0 point, the field of infinite possibilities, can be accessed at all moments, and where literally manifestation is instant. And I kid you not, it's instant. No matter what it is, go way beyond what your mind can fathom, because the universe is so much more potent and so much more creative than your mind. So you can bring into your reality anything, even things you haven't thought of, if what you're tuning into is a way of feeling, a desire of being in a certain way, a desire of serving in a certain way, whatever it is that's in your heart. What happens is that as we're still living this expression in the 3rd dimensional world with the 3rd dimensional denser frequencies, it is like building a muscle. And so we're not able to hold that frequency in 4D or hold that frequency in 5D with ease. So what we do is that we are living in 3D, in 4th, in 5th, in 4th, in 5th, in 4th, in 3, in 3, in 4, and we are in all 3 dimensions at the same time. And the way this looks like when we are anchoring 5D, when we're really higher in that ascension journey, and when I mean higher, I mean we can hold more of that 5th dimensional frequency more time, more often, and with ease, is that our lives really acquire a way of flowing, we are able to be in the flow. We're not feeling that we're struggling. We're not feeling that we're pulling and pushing. We're not feeling that our needs are not being met and that we struggle to meet our needs. The more we are in that expression in the fifth dimensional reality, the more what we need comes into our lives with grace, with ease, with joy. The more we feel that joy, that fulfillment, that well-being, that sense of purpose. And here's the thing that I want you to walk away with. If everything I said is confusing, take this concept. You, just like everybody else in the world at this time, is meant to live a life where you can feel purpose and fulfillment and enjoyment and flow and having your needs being met. So know this, take it and run with it, and let's co-create together. Let's ensure that as you create the new world, the new earth in your own life, your own creation together to mine and hers and his, we create the new world where love is at the center, flow and ease and grace and purpose as the expressions of the soul are the way of living life. I really wish for you to be able to grasp this and run with it. I'd love to hear from you. I thank you for listening thus far, for watching thus far. Please follow me, subscribe to this channel, and tell me what are the things you'd like to hear from me about. Love and light. Blessings.